I want us to talk about this one because this is a question that someone asked you at BK Live, for, the hot seat.
Yeah.
And he basically asked, how do I know when it's time for me to leave my job and go full time in business?
Yeah. So for the people out there that, let's say you've started a side gig but you also have a job or a career. And let's say for the sake of argument, your career, your job is making you 10 grand a month. Not bad, right? Not bad. And you're like, all right, man, it's paying for my bills. It's paying for my family. It's allowing me to save a little bit of money. What I would do is if you've got that side gig, I wouldn't necessarily quit the side gig until the side gig starts making the same amount of money as your main gig, right? If it starts making that kind of money for 3-4 months in a row, then I would quit the main gig. The people who try and do their main job and have a side gig as well, those are the ones that end up burning the candle on both ends and end up actually screwing both things. They get fired from their job and they never give full attention to this thing that has so much potential to start making $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month. And so if you've got a job or a career and you're like, man, my side business has potential. I'm making 10 grand a month with my job, but I'm making 3 grand a month with my side gig. It's got the potential. Start cutting out anything to tighten up the belt, right? Okay. So cut out Netflix, Amazon Prime, eating out, because if you can, instead of living off 10 grand a month, if you can like shrink your monthly expenses, your monthly nut down to 6 grand a month, now when your side gig starts making 6 grand a month, you can quit your job, your full-time job, and go all in on your side gig and make it your main gig and blow up and win financial freedom like no one's business. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. Let me tell you all about the Trulian Wellness Shot. If you're like me and you care about your health, hydration, and building a strong immune system so you can stay active and you can get after it in life, then you want to try the Trulian Wellness Shot. I used to take 11 different supplements in the morning, things like vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, echinacea, ginger, and a whole bunch more. Now it's all included in the Trulian Wellness Shot. I want to send you a 30-day supply for 50% off. Just go to Trulian.com, use the code word BEDROAST, my name, to get 50% off. You'll also get free shipping. You get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, and $1 of every order goes to Shriners Children's Hospital. And when you use the code word BEDROAST and do the subscribe and save, which is a Trulian Tribe program, every month you'll get a fresh supply of Trulian Wellness Shots for an additional 20% off and free shipping, and $1 of every monthly order will go to Shriners Children's Hospital. So go to Trulian.com, use code word BEDROAST, and take advantage of this amazing offer. Now back to the show.
So that is a great answer, but I know that people are thinking, okay, cool, that sounds like very simple, which it is, but then there's also the fear of letting go of that security. You obviously know this story because it was with you and I when we were upstairs in the office and I was asking advice. I was working at Men's Warehouse, so I'm at a job, but then I also have my skateboarding school on the side where I had few clients, decent clientele, working with, charter schools and things like that, but not going full time. So I said, hey, how do I do this? You gave me a plan. Well, you said, first of all, give me a time when you want to leave. So I said, this was in November of 2019. I was okay, about three months, March of 2020. We obviously know what happened then.
Right.
So, I left, and never looked back. And then 2 weeks later, the freaking world shut down. And so anyways, I don't say that to bring myself into it, but to say that a lot of people probably went through something like that.
Sure.
Where now they're scared to do something like that again because they've been, maybe they have PTSD, whatever. So how did you get over that fear of making big, moves like this? Because you've obviously had to do it dozens of times in your life.
Suzanne Jeffers has a great book out there called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. That's it. You feel the fear, you acknowledge the fear, and you do it anyway. Look at a lot of our Navy SEAL friends, right? Ray, Will, Jason Redman. All of them in private tell us these stories about like when they were about to go on a mission, the fear they felt to the point where they felt like they're going to poop themselves. Right. Like literally, like they're going to, their bowels are just going to evacuate because they're so scared. Right. If you read Robert O'Neill's book, The Operator, he's a SEAL Team 6 guy who killed Osama bin Laden. He's like, dude, we're helicoptering in to Osama bin Laden's compound. And he goes, I turn to the guy and go, listen, I know we're doing this mission and I know why we're doing it for our country and those men and women who jumped out of those towers because they had no other option because those towers were on fire in 2001. and they jumped out because they'd rather splat to death than burn to death. We're doing it for them. But undoubtedly, this guy's got to have his compound rigged with explosives. Like, it's probably a one-way suicide mission for us, isn't it? And his buddy goes, yep, most likely. And they acknowledge the fact that they're in this helicopter. They're 20 minutes away from hitting the target where Osama bin Laden is. And they acknowledge that there's a very high probability of us. This is basically a suicide mission for us. Yep. They felt the fear and did it anyway. And now you and I will never experience that level of fear where, oh my gosh, we might die. There's a high probability we're going to die. But we've all been dumped and rejected, right?
Yeah.
Yet we moved on to find the right person for us in life. There's PTSD from getting cheated on. There's PTSD from getting dumped. There's PTSD from getting rejected. Yet you know that you have to move on, shake it off, feel the fear, and do it anyway. That is exactly what we have to do in business. You did it when you quit your job. 2 weeks later, the pandemic hits, and you're like, holy hell. And oh, by the way, you're married, right? Was baby one already born at that point?
She was 2 months old.
She was 2 months old.
Yeah.
You quit Men's Warehouse, and 2 weeks later, the pandemic hits, and you're trying to grow your skating lesson business. And you did it. And you did it. And so we have to feel the fear and understand that we have to do it anyway, acknowledge it, and then sometimes understand that faith comes in very handy. Knowing that if you are leaning into the thing that you're supposed to do, God or whoever your higher power is, your creator, the universe, will help open those doors and opportunities. But if you don't lean into it, that same creator will take away the opportunities that could have been presented to you.